Hello to my mature modern mavens. Welcome to True to You Tuesday. I am Tracy Byerly and I am unapologetically gray. I help women to create a confident, prosperous attitude about growing older so they can master the art of aging unapologetically. Welcome, welcome. And also, welcome to my YouTube peeps. Yay! Hit that subscribe button. There's always going to be some form of good content. If not coming from me, it will be coming from awesome guests, as one that we will be having here very shortly. I want to tell you about my guest today. Adelina is a silver hair and positive aging influencer, inspiring others and changing the narrative around gray hair and aging. Woman after my own heart. We're in this together. Choosing to ditch the dye opened up an exciting new world. She's a designer, artist, writer, world traveler, mother, and grandmother. She was born and raised in New York City. She is a former designer, creative spirit, and avid traveler. She is the mother of two sons and has two grandchildren. Since embracing her silver hair about 3 years ago, her whole worldview and perspective on aging has been turned upside down. Through social media influencing and becoming a silver hair model, she is now on a quest to inspire others on the gray hair journey and to look at aging in a positive light while changing the narrative around aging. At 64 years young, she believes she is just getting started and loves encouraging others to embrace their authentic selves in this phase of life. I want you to welcome silver hair influencer, model, blogger, creative Adelina, aka Fly Granny Brooklyn. Yay! So happy to have you with me. Do you mind sharing a fun fact about you?
Oh my goodness. Sure. I don't know if I told you this. I have like a keen ear for certain voices on songs. Like I'll know them without knowing who the artist is, and when they appear on other songs, I'll be like, I know that voice. I know who that is, and I'm usually right. I know it's silly, but it's just I have an ear for that.
Me and instruments, same thing. I love it. I
Yes,
love it.
yes.
Wow, welcome to True to You Tuesdays. It's funny how we got here. Adelina and I have been on other people's platforms that we so love. And I was messaging something about her and her hair and the products she was using. And she was giving me the pictures, and I wanted to do something to comment, and I accidentally hit that dreadful live button on Instagram. And I was like, oh no, oh. And she was so gracious to pick up. And that day, I think my hair was a hot mess. I had just finished working out, and I'm like, oh, not a good look. But
I was a mess too, but it was perfect. It was like perfect timing, really.
we bonded, and she talked about her hair loss and COVID. And I'm like, oh, come on to the show. Let's talk about this. So, kindred spirits in a lot of ways. And again, I'm so happy that we are here, you and I. So, without further ado, it started with COVID. Talk to us.
Yeah. Well, first of all, thank you so much for having me on. When we first spoke, I didn't expect this. So this is great because a lot of people have hair loss due to age. So they don't really know that a lot of times it was due to COVID, right? They just figure, oh, I'm aging, my hair's falling out. But how I got here was I had COVID in August of last year for about 2 weeks. And then a month later, my hair was fine for a whole month. And then a month later, I noticed my hair was just falling, coming out. Now, my hair falls out periodically from time to time, maybe like every other year. And then I would use this formula, Nexus Emergency, and it would work like immediately, once or twice through the treatment.
Wow.
And it's like this polymer thing. You put it in your hair, you wash it out, and my hair would immediately feel stronger. Well, this time I bought some, which is now hard to get, by the way. I bought some and it didn't work. So this was different. Um, I was here in Arizona and then I went to New York and my hair continued to fall out
Mhm.
from the root,
Mhm.
long strands. It wasn't just breaking, it was just like I would be sitting here and you could see the hair just coming out. And I didn't know what to do. In the shower, clumps down the drain, stopping the water from going down that much when it
Oh
initially
my
happened.
goodness.
Oh my God, it was terrible. And when it didn't stop, I was like, what is going on? So then I went online and I saw that this is a symptom of the aftermath of COVID. Not for everyone, because you didn't have it, right? Not for everyone,
Mhm.
but for a lot of people. And I have 2 to 3 friends who are experiencing the same thing.
Wow.
So that's how it started. And let me tell you, it is frightening. It's really frightening.
I can imagine. So tell us, what did you use to help? Because I'm looking at your hair now, and to me, had you not said anything, because I've always looked at you and admired your hair, I
Mhm.
wouldn't have known. So whatever you're using is working. What are you doing?
So I'm using a few different things, but I have to say, thank God my hair was really thick. And right now, my hair is 1/3. If you look at my photos from a year ago, my hair is 1/3 the thickness that it was. So it may look fine, but I can now fit it into a barrette, right? I couldn't do that before. This would be just a part of my hair, and then the rest of my hair, was the full thickness.
Yeah.
So the good news is I read that it takes from 2 to 6 months because I started asking around, and my niece told me she had a friend who was going bald from same thing, having bald spots, and she was horrified. It was coming out clumps, same thing. So the recovery time is between 2 to 6 months, depending on you. So what I started doing was um, I got this from Keratin Hair Care, and at night I would massage my scalp with this. My hair was still falling out. Then I didn't bring it with me, but I have this oil. You may have seen it online. This African chibi oil or kibi oil that people use, and their hair supposedly grows. Well, I had it, and I started, you know, just rubbing it in and then just trying anything possible. I also bought this, the Royal Touch Precision Hair Growth Stimulation because I was really concerned about right around here where I was starting to see the bald spots. So I would use this. This is also by Keratin Hair
Wow.
Care. Okay, it helped a little bit,
Hmm.
my hair was still falling out. I should have brought it. I have a bag full of my last 2 weeks of hair coming out. I just started keeping it. I don't know why. I just said, let me keep it so I can chronicle. I should have brought it with me. But one day my neighbor came by and I told her, oh my God, my hair is falling out. And she told me what she used when she had chemo twice and all of her hair fell out. She used Viviscal. And so this is not an ad for Viviscal, but
Right. Look,
this this is
and there's no affiliates or anything like that. She is
right.
just simply sharing.
As you can see, I have other things here. I tried everything.
Bring it a
Um,
little closer. Yeah, there you go. Hold it. All right, if everybody's taking note. Wow. Okay, go ahead.
Viviscal. I have to tell you, when I started using these, and it's tablets, I think in 2 to 3 days, my hair stopped breaking, my hair stopped falling out, and
Oh.
feels thicker. And if you see here, see, this is new growth now coming
Yeah.
back. And I can't control them. They won't stay down. I tried to press them, but hey, I'll take it. It's coming
They're
back.
there.
They're here. Let me go to the darker so you can
Yeah.
see it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, so I want to offer hope. I mean, this is it may not work for everybody, but it worked for me. And if you are suffering from any type of hair loss or thinning, even not due to COVID, it's pretty natural too, and that was important to me because some
Yes.
people use minoxidil, which is like a chemical or a drug. This has natural stuff in it, magnesium, you know, vitamin C, niacin, biotin, calcium, iron, and some other things. But it works. It works.
Oh, and can
So
you pick it up at the store? Do you have to get it through Amazon?
I got it through Amazon, but I'm sure like a CVS, Walgreens, any of those places probably have it.
Nice.
So yeah, yeah.
Oh,
So
goodness.
I'm excited.
You know, our ladies have been requesting regarding hair, and there's sometimes a lot of people don't want to talk about hair loss because, after all, that's not glamorous. So I so appreciate you sharing this. So we want to know, in addition to what you use, what did you do?
Ugh, and, I did a post about this because at first I got really, when the amount of hair that was coming out, when it got to like maybe half of my hair that came out, I was like, oh my God, here I am, a silver hair influencer, hair model. Am I going to have to throw in the towel because my hair was not looking good? It wasn't holding a curl. It just, I could, maybe nobody else could see it, but I could see through it. I just didn't feel good. So it kind of messed with my self esteem and also my self worth because I'm here showing up as a hair influencer and now my hair's falling out. So, so I just kept going. Of course, I pray all the time. I just kept going, kept using the products, kept massaging. And then I wore wigs. I bought a couple of wigs and thank God that didn't last too long. But I did find some nice gray wigs. And so I wore those and hats and just tried to take care of myself and my attitude as best I could. Coconut oil, like I said, massaging and anything that I could find. And then what also helped me lately is hair biology, which I did do um, a paid partnership thing, but it actually really works. This is a thickening treatment. Let's bring it up closer here.
Yeah, there you go.
A thickening treatment that I use when your hair is damp, when you come out of the shower, noticeable difference too. So it felt thicker when I was combing it. I was like, oh wow, it feels thick again. So, we have options. We thank God we have tools, we have things that we can use. So, if anybody wants this info, I can, send it to you in a link, everything that I use. So
Yeah.
mind you, not everybody's the same, but you guys can try it out and see. So I'm encouraged now because I thought, oh my God, am I gonna have to cut all my hair, chop it, So I'm in recovery, thank God.
I know you do modeling. Did they accept your wigs?
I didn't use the wigs for that.
Okay.
And I haven't done that much modeling and most of the stuff that I do is at home. So
Okay.
yeah, so I didn't work with the wigs, and the wig period was a very short period of time. Thank God. I still have them though. I still like them, because they're fun. But I didn't have to, whip them out for anything like that.
You might have to share with me that there are times when, for photo shoots, commercials, they want my hair straight. And I'm thinking, that's damaging to my hair. And not only that, with the silk pressing and stuff, it turns it yellow. And I hate that. So I've thought about investing in wigs. So you'll have to hook me up with your wig supplier. And yes, please, later on in the chat, and you can do it in one, and I'll post it in the others to help you out. what it is that you're using. You kind of sort of touched on this, but let's talk about this some more. How long did your hair fall out? And I know you're in recovery now. Talk to us about that, and then we're going to find out how you felt about it. That's next. But right now, how long did your hair fall out?
God, it seemed like forever. So got COVID in August. I had a month of okay, my hair was fine. So like the end of September is when it started falling out. When I was in New York, end of September, November, oh my God, it was falling out like crazy. So November, December, all of January, and it just so like 3 to 4 months. But like I said, it can take 2 months all the way up to 6 months, depending on who it is. That is the time frame that they give for recovery. How did I feel? Oh my God. I didn't know that it would come back. Like I'm like, oh my God, am I going to have to accept this now as my lot? It was just so thin, and I've had really thick hair my whole life. So it was really different. And, like I said, I just felt like, oh my God, what am I going to do now? Here I am. I'm going to have to change, maybe not be a hair influencer, do something else. But, my hair's still silver. And so what I decided to do was do a post about it. I had to come out and just, let people know that I'm going through this. Number one, to help people so they could see it, and then if they noticed that my hair was thinner, this is why. So that wasn't easy to do either.
But think of how many people you touched behind this.
Yeah, a lot of people were like, "Oh my God, my hair has been falling out too." Oh, you too, from COVID, and some people didn't know. So I was able to share some of the things that I did, and again, offer hope. Thank God. So yeah.
This is a good question to ask right here. Some people have to embrace the fact that, oh, my hair is turning gray. And you had to embrace the fact of, oh, I'm losing hair. Did you feel it was the same or different? What's your take on that?
Different because choosing the gray is a choice. Even though I wasn't ready, I kept saying when I turned 55, when I turned, because when I turned 50, I was like, well, maybe 50, because I've been dyeing my hair for decades, right? And then the grays would start coming in, and then I said, well, maybe 55, and then I was like, nah. And my my son, who's been a major advocate, my oldest son, was like, let your inner storm come out. Just do it. And I was like, no, I'm not ready. And I kept dying, kept dying. And then I had enough, probably like you. When I was dyeing my hair, it seemed like every 2 weeks. You dye the roots, and then here they come again quickly. And then, and then the starkness of the roots to your dark hair. I was like, you know what? I'm over this. And then I decided to do it. I think uh, beyond 60, because when my 60th birthday, I was still dyeing my hair like a lighter brown. So we're in 3 years now. So yeah, around 62, 63 is when I decided to do it.
Wow.
62. Yeah.
62.
Yeah.
You said something. Gray hair is a choice. The hair loss is not. During that time, how did you have to, what did you do to dig deep in to harness your value and your beauty in the midst of something you had no control over?
Yeah, that was a big one. I didn't know what I was going to do. I didn't know how much I would end up with, I didn't know if I was going to almost be bald. So, you know, I had to think of other things, other things to do posts and reels about, and that helped a little bit through the time. And digging deep into realizing, yes, my worth is not just my hair. You know, it's more who I am, who I'm becoming, and helping others. You know, and helping others through this because I have to tell you, it was scary. You know, it was just you have no idea. Just like I would just go like this, and like maybe 5 strands would come out. So if I did that all day, 5 or 10 strands coming out, I read that normally, I think 100 strands come out of your hair a day, right?
Wow.
Something like that when you comb it, etc. But during this process, 2 to 300 come out a
Mm,
day.
mm, mm,
So if
mm.
that's coming out and no hair is growing back, how much, in X amount of time you have all this hair coming out? Oh my God. So yeah, I had to dig deep and say, okay, let me work on some other things, and that's what I
For those that are struggling, and I'm digging a little deeper because you and I both speak the same language. It's not about, but you really have to dig deep within to know who you are, how you are, why you are, and your impact. What did you do to, I'm going to say, recover internally while you were recovering out here? What did you do?
I reached out, my I love my daughter-in-law. We talk a lot, and she's the one who told me stop posting about wigs. Post about the real journey, right? Like the struggle of it. And I did. I ended up doing that video. And just doing that kind of made a big difference. It just made me face up to it, whatever the outcome was going to be. Put it because, like I said, I didn't know if my hair was going to come out and be like really thin, and maybe not be a hair influencer anymore. Because who's going to want my thin hair to be showing products? So I had to like really think about that, but just come out with it. It's like I am an alcoholic. You know how people have to just expose themselves because this is what it is. Once I accepted that, once I showed that, once I spoke about it, I think it turned things around for me internally too, because it's like, it is what it is. People are going to accept me, but at least now they know if I do change course or change track or do something else, at least now they know why. But like I said, the main thing was so many women were like, I didn't realize it was COVID. I had hair loss, or even people who just had thinning hair with the things that I shared, it helped them. So I don't know if that answered your question, but
Did.
that's what it did. Just exposing it was kind of healing and kind of settled it for me because she was right. Like, don't keep hiding it behind the wigs. This is real, and people like authenticity. People like to see you. They can relate to your struggle because we're not all fabulous. We're fabulous, yes, but we're not all fabulous all the time, right? I mean, so they like to see that. So just knowing that is something that really helped me to recover internally. While I waited.
Hmm. It sounds to me like a combination of exposure and acceptance
Yes, exactly.
is
That's
what got you
yeah,
over the hump. Oh, we speak the same language and I love it.
absolutely.
Hmm. Believe it or not, we're 6 minutes in. This is what I'm going to do, or yeah, 6 minutes before it's over. I want to, first of all, put Adelina's information up. I know she has an amazing blog, which I forgot to get that from you, so we can put that in the link.
Yeah.
And here's her information so that you can follow her. If you have any questions, make sure to drop them in the chat. Prosperous Pro Aging Women, drop it in the chat. She's in there. She can answer. For our unapologetically gray, I think you're not the Facebook business page. We'll have to get you on that one, and then
Okay.
we both can watch the YouTube channel. Or I know how to get in contact with you because we sisters for life.
That's right. Yeah, and thank you again. You mentioned the yellowing of the hair. So, mind if I touch on that a little bit further?
Please touch on it.
Because I do use some heat, and I started using heat again because while it was falling out a lot, I did not use heat because I was afraid. I mean, my hair, also the texture of my hair was so scary. The texture of my hair was so thin and fine. Oh my God.
Scary.
It
I'm
is.
sure.
It is. It
I'm
just
sure. It's
looked,
very scary.
yeah,
Hmm.
so it just started to come back. But when I do use the heat, Tracy, you had asked me, um, if I blow it dry or if you use any heat at all. I've been using the L'Oreal Blow It Dry Thermal
Okay. Okay.
Smoother Cream. And then I have to go get some more of this. It's called Defy Damage by Joico. And I don't know if you can see it.
Bring it a little closer.
It's a sheen. Okay, it's
Yeah.
Joy.
Okay. There it is. Perfect. Joyco. Got it.
And they have this at Ulta and probably Sally Beauty, or any other place, or online. And the company is Joico. It's a protective shield and guards against thermal and UV damage. It's good to have. So I'm going to get some more of that. So
Okay.
that helps with the yellowing.
Awesome. I need to, yeah, I finally got it back white and Maison 276.
Yes, yes. I love the clarifying, the pre-shampoo. I love that. And the shampoo
Smells
is great. It's great.
that the purple. I like hers because it's white. There's no color to it. We don't need any other thing else.
Right, right.
So, what I'm going to do is take me out and put it on you. And in your Fly Granny Brooklyn style, Adelina style, I want you to encourage those that are experiencing hair loss. Let me take myself out.
All right, folks. Just know that this too shall pass. And, that was something that I had to tell myself. I don't know if I believed it at first because it was so scary, but it does. And also, just go online, research. You'll see that you're not alone. Other people experience this too. And just know that you're not alone and do all that you can. If you need to do the wigs, do the wigs. It's okay temporarily, right? Or if you need to do hats, hey, there's a lot of good fashion out there. You can do all of that. And also reach out to other people. Like myself, if you want to, like Tracy said, if you want to reach out to me, I'm here, I'm available, I can answer your questions. But there's a lot of info online for COVID hair loss. You just have to find it. It's just not talked about, but it's out there. So be encouraged, folks. This too shall pass, and we'll all we'll all be back in our silver or whatever color your hair is. You'll be back. So be encouraged. So I don't know, Tracy, that was it?
Yes. Yes.
I hope this encouraged folks who might be going through this. So.
Thank you. Thank you so much for being here. And for everybody, if you are catching the replay, please put in their hashtag replay. Drop us some comments. Let us know what you think. And stay tuned for tomorrow, Womanhood Wednesday, 1:30 Central Time. Until then, mwah, smooches.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.